Hey guys, I'm back here with Derin's 3 weeks update. He is currently 5.115 kg, which shows that he's still not up to date with his birth weight, and it's still a big concern for me. So we visited the midwife a couple days ago, and she said to me that I need to start expressing milk during the night and feeding him my expressed milk because he wouldn't get up during the night for a feed, and that might be one of the reasons why he's not gaining any weight. So I've started expressing my left boob only because it was sore anyway, so I'm giving that boob a break while I'm expressing. And I've started doing that for the past 2 days now, and it's going very well. He was a bit funny with the bottle at first, but now he's kind of used to it, and I feel much better as well. I feel much happier because at least I can visualize, I can actually see how much he's eating. Derin, you got to get up to eat now. Okay guys, this is one of the problems that I have. He just simply doesn't get up. Look at him. Derin, Derin, Derin. Okay, let's go to the sitting room so I can feed him. I've just spoken to a lactation, a breastfeeding counsellor. She's a private one. She's going to come and see me tomorrow at 3 o'clock to see whether I've positioned and latched him on properly, which I'm so happy about and much relaxed now, because at least I would know if he's getting enough milk from me. Yeah, so I'm just going to feed him now. He's 9:25 and it's his first morning feed. No, Buddha. It's his first morning feed, and hopefully he'll have a nap so I can do some stuff. After visiting the NHS volunteered breastfeeding counsellor, I wasn't really happy with what she said, because all she mentioned was about the positioning and how I've latched him on. So I called a private one, and she was charging £80 per session, which was really expensive. So I said to her that I wanted it, and then I cancelled it because it was too much for 2 hours, £80. And then what happened was she called me back the next day, and she said that she would do me £30 for an hour. So I said okay, and I called her, and she did come around. She watched us. She had a nice watch, and she told me the reason why he wasn't feeding that well. She said that he has 70% tongue tie, which surprised me because when I was little I had tongue tie and I didn't get mine clipped. But Derin now has tongue tie, and it's affecting him to feed on my breast, which is really upsetting because it's been like, what, he's 3 weeks now, and I've just recently found out that he was tongue tied, and all the midwives, the health visitors, they were all saying that no, he isn't tongue tied, although I asked them so many times. This just shows that, you know, with midwives and health visitors, you constantly need to ask them, is he tongue tied, is he tongue tied, are you sure, are you sure? And I think you got to ask more than one person, because not everybody actually knows what tongue tie is and how to really tell if they have it or not. So this lady that I called, she referred us to King's College Hospital and asked me to go to GP and have my GP doctor refer us to. And we did go to the GP for 2 reasons, which I'll mention in a bit, and I've asked my doctor to refer us. So hopefully next week we would have an appointment from the hospital for his tongue tie. I'm really upset. When I first found out, I was in tears because he's so small, and knowing that he's going to have it clipped, and it's not even that, it's the after recovery. I need to do some oral exercises with him so that he can recover from it. And also while he's breastfeeding, they said that because he'll be finding out new muscles there'll be new muscles that he hasn't used before. He'll struggle at first, but it's something that he'll learn, and it's going to be difficult for him, I bet. And some people overcome this in a few days. Some babies, it takes them a few weeks. I just hope that he he recovers from it very quick, because I'll be really upset, and I've already got my baby blues still, and I'll probably be crying every single day seeing him go through that, and knowing that he still hasn't regained his birth weight, having his tongue tie clipped, it's just going to prevent him from eating even more. It's all really upsetting. So that's really sad for me. But he's a happy baby. I mean, it seems like he's not that bothered about it, really. Also, the other reason why I wanted to see the doctor was about his breathing, because when he's feeding, he has a very, very, very funny, like, deep sounds like that, and it seems like he's struggling to breathe while he's eating. And the lady also said that that's not normal, so don't think that it's normal. What I thought it was, I thought he was just getting really tired, and that's why he was doing that. But the lady said, no, it's not normal, take him to the hospital because it might be something. So the GP doctor referred us to a paediatric next week as well, and will be seen by a hospital doctor regarding his breathing. He was also vomiting everything that he was having after each feed, so we booked a GP appointment, and the doctor gave us infant Gaviscon. I've been using that as well. You're meant to use it 6 times a day, but we're only using it about 3 times a day because I don't want to give it to him too much, and it's been helping. He poops a bit, but not as much as he used to, so it feels like he's having all the milk in him now, which is a good thing. I do have another midwife's appointment on Wednesday next week, just because they want to check Derin before he's 28 days old to see if he's regained his birth weight, and I hope by then he probably will have, if he goes like this, if he doesn't poop a lot. So that's one thing about his weight. Hey, we're going to our first mummy and baby trip to Morrison's, and he's fast asleep. There we go. Today I'm super happy because we had the health visitor come over, and she weighed him, and so his birth weight, just to remind you guys, was 5.245 kg, 11.9 pounds. And what happened was, on the 5th day, he lost 400 grams, which was okay, because they can lose up to 10% of their birth weight. But and then what happened, don't know if you can hear me well, and then what happened was, on the 10th day, when the health visitor came to weigh him, he had only put on 70 grams. So that kind of upsetted me, because I expected him to put on his birth weight and he didn't, and I was exclusively breastfeeding, which kind of scared me because I thought that he's not getting enough milk from me then. So 6 days later, today, she came again to weigh him, just to reassure me, and obviously check as well if he is gaining weight. And he's 5.1 kg now, which means that he's put on 250 grams in 6 days, which is perfect. She said usually babies put on 120 grams per week. So she said that he's doing perfectly well. In 2 days time we have another midwife's appointment. This time we're going to go, and he's going to be weighed again in 2 days time, and if he's 5.2, then everything's going to be perfectly fine. If he isn't, then I don't know what they're going to advise me to do, but by the looks of it and by the way it's going, I think he might weigh his birth weight in 2 days, so we'll have to see. And they measured him today, his height, and he's 58 centimeters long, which is perfect. His dad was weighing 62 centimeters, so I knew he was going to be tall, just didn't know how much he was measuring. So now I know he's 58 centimeters long, and I'm a much happier mum. So now we're going Morrison. Derin. He's fast asleep. Derin. And also another issue was that he was only having 10 to 11 hours of sleep per day, and the health visitor said as long as he's alert and he looks happy, then it should all be fine. So now I'm not going to fuss about his sleep, because she said that babies do get small naps, and if he is getting small naps during the day, 15-20 minutes, half an hour, then it's perfectly normal. Say bye everybody. His nappies are perfectly fine. I've been changing his yellowy, you know, mustard colour, mucusy poo he does it about 3 to 4 times in 24 hours, and he wheezes about 6 to 8 times during the 24-hour, which is all a sign of he's feeding well. So that's his nappies. We brought him a 56 pack on Sunday last week, and it's all finished today. So I think it takes about, you know, 60 to 65 nappies per week, which is roughly about 10-11 a day. Well, 56. If it's 56, oh well, yeah, sorry, it's about 8-9 a day. So that's his nappy change. About his sleep is getting so much better, only because I've realised that he loves his tummy, so why don't I let him sleep on his tummy? So what I do now is in the afternoon, well, early morning, about 8-9, when he has his first morning feed, I put him down on his front, and he sleeps for a good 2-3 hours like that on his front. And obviously I'm always there supervising him while I've got him on his front. And then he'll wake up about 12-1, have his afternoon feed, and then I'll put him back onto his tummy again. Again, he'll sleep for about another hour and a half, 2 hours straight on. So that's a trick that I've found, and it's been working for us for now. So that's very nice. He's been having about 14 to 16 hours of sleep in the 24 hours, which is what I've wanted really. He's just there with his uncle. That's why I keep looking at him. His uncle's got him in an upright position because we've just fed him and I don't want him to vomit. Because he's always on his front, his neck muscles are so strong, it's like he can lift his head up, keep it there, and then change it to right or left, and then put his head down. So he's got a good head neck control already, and I think that he's had that from birth really. I think it's all the calcium, all that cheese and milk that I had while I was pregnant to him. And then, oh, one more other thing that I know I've realised is when I'm breastfeeding him or when I'm bottle feeding him, my express milk, what I do is I move my head from like left to right very slowly, and then I can see his eyes following me, like going left or right. And my husband this morning said that he came very close to him, and that Derin actually looked at him, smiled at him, and lifted his hand up. So I think he's recognising faces now. I don't know if that is one of the development milestones that they do go through at 3 weeks. But he's much funnier these days. He does very funny facial expressions, and he actually makes me laugh. One other thing that I do is I get very close to him and I do very strange faces. I like open my mouth or close my eyes to see if he can copy it, because one place that I've read was early, like 3-4 weeks, what they can do is they can copy your facial expressions. So I've tried to see if he could do that, but he just laughs when I get really close to him, so he hasn't started copying my expressions yet. Also this week we had our first bus tour to take him to register him, but I made something very silly. I made a big mistake and I thought I booked it, but I didn't confirm the booking. So we went there for no reason. I was meant to register him and then it all went to waste. So now we've got another appointment booked this time and confirmed for next week Friday to register him. And then we went into a market stall and we had a nice walk around and visited my aunt there. So it was really nice and it was very shiny. It was very sunny and bright, and he hated it because he couldn't open his eyes. It was really funny. He was like, no. Hey, we're just at Walthamstow Market. We've come to register him, but sadly I've done a mistake with the booking, so we had to reschedule the booking, and Derin is with my aunt.
Hadi ben de bu arada çaktırmadan girdim şeye bu tarafa. Allah bak çok şeker Allah.
Teşekkürler.
Anne bir bakalım anne.
This is our 3 weeks update. We've been having much more fun these days. I think the better feeding is, the happier I am, and if I'm happier, then I think it reflects on him too, and he's happier as well. So that's us. By the way, I am planning to vlog as well. I'm going to do daily vlogs, so keep up with my daily vlogs and we'll see you later. Bye. Okay, this is something that my brother got us. Your Uncle Baron Bolat, Uncle B, and it's a blanket, and it's a personalised blanket. And it's a personalised blanket. Are you going to help me? Oh, this is so cute. What does it say? It says Derin Levi Yıldız, 5 kilos and 200 grams. You're short in 45 grams, but that's alright. And you was born on the at 23:52 on the 31st of March 2016. And look at all these feet. Let's show it to your friends. Like that. It's so cute. Let's open it up. This is so nice. This is so nice. This is so nice. This is so nice. This is so nice and warm.
I think it's to have it in the bed.
Huh?
I think it's to have it around the bed.
No, you can actually wrap him up in this as well, but obviously it's too hot to do that now. But we can have it. Can't we? Say thank you. Say thank you, Uncle.